after the reveal, I mean, we're living with a new normal. With my questions, with my interrogation, that's really what it was. I just needed to know why. It was almost as though I wanted to, figure it out. And if I had figured it out, then it would make sense. But I began to realize that I don't think it would ever make sense. But with these stories and with her telling me what happened, where and why, they're not just words, they're images. They're images that begin to torment your mind. And I began to gather more and more information that would just really put me in a real downward spiral. I mean, my anger wasn't anger, it was rage. My depression, whatever it might be. I mean, because these tormenting thoughts wouldn't end. Well, we were getting help, and I remember one afternoon I had a thought that I had never had before. And with that thought, it was compounded with emotion, simply my very first panic attack. Because it was an idea that if this is a reality, and then it was charged with all of that emotion, it's like, then that's the end. Then there really is no hope, there is no future. And the thought that I had was this: if as a result of the affair, what do I do if she's pregnant? I had had a vasectomy. I knew that, it wouldn't be my child. What do we do then? Because in my opinion, that changes everything. And I remember walking with my counselor that afternoon and with Audrey, and I just asked the simple question. I said, Leo, what do I do if she's pregnant? Now, I would have hoped that he would have hesitated or paused and said, Bob, that's a big question. And in fact, I really don't know the answer to it, but I'll get back to you in a couple days. I would have appreciated that. But rather, he answered me immediately, without hesitation. And he said this. He said, Bob, God's grace will be more than enough for you. Boy, I was so angry, seriously angered. Like, don't give me a religious cliche. Don't, just give me this little pat answer that, it will be okay because of God's grace. But those words penetrated my very heart. And it was almost as though the Spirit of God spoke to me and affirmed to me, Bob, my grace will be more than enough for you. That became my new reality, that I needed to know love. I didn't know love to this measure. I didn't know love to that depth. All that I knew is I was angry. All that I knew is that she had had a physical affair. And that if she became pregnant, what do you do? What do you do? And
I so remember that. And I'm just so grateful that we got help. But that was all in the first week. If I think back, it's like we were in so much pain that it would feel like it would take a day for an hour to go by. It's like time stood still because the pain was so severe. It was
immense.
And so in those panic attacks and those pain, I'm so glad that we just didn't run, that we kept pursuing each other as hard as it was.
And really the simple principle here that I would really encourage you with is this: don't make big life choices immediately, especially in those crucial, moments. Just make a decision.
Take every day, every minute.
Every minute.
Take every minute.
Just take that next breath. You know what? Yeah. You're going to be more than okay. Make sure that you get the help that you need, and you're going to be all right.